I come out, they were all right here, so I ran like this, over like this, and they come at me, so I ran out of my van like this, and he's trying to jump through the window. So the second time he tried to jump through the window, he was almost in the window, and I shot him. I had no choice. I was afraid he was going to come in the window after me.
Dave Smith reenacted a terrifying encounter with his neighbor's 3 pit bulls this morning on Amethyst Way. Smith says he always keeps that gun in his truck. 1 dog died, 1 got injured, and 1 ran away. The owners were too angry and upset to talk to us, though. According to neighbors, this was the last straw to a long-time feud between the dog owner and the victim. However, Smith says that he had no other choice.
I have to defend myself. I can't do anything else but that, but I'll try to avoid him as much as I can.
Sheriff's detectives say the pit bulls first went after this neighbor. She got away. Then the dogs turned and went after Smith. They say he was justified in shooting them.
Anytime you fear for your life or you fear that you may suffer great bodily harm, you're allowed to use deadly force.
Law enforcement is still investigating this case, but they say it's easy to see on the surface why the victim felt his life was in danger. In Seminole County, Natalie Diaz, WESH 2 News.
What kind of emergency? Oh my God. 2 guys that broke in my house. They had guns. I had to chop one of them up, man.
A desperate homeowner screams on the 911 call. He just finished swinging a machete at 2 men in his home on Digby Avenue.
I heard the noise and I grabbed my machete.
Police say the robbers hightailed it down the stairs to the waiting getaway car.
I said the guy had the gun. I just started chopping at both of them.
Detectives think the trio was linked to several other burglaries in the area. The suspects are consistent. The suspects came to the victim's house, rang the doorbell several times, and when he didn't answer, they knocked down the door, running upstairs. Neighbor Anise Baptiste says not only did they grab money, they met their match.
He tried to protect himself, and he used the machetes. I'm pretty sure everybody would do the same thing.
19-year-old Michael Mack was arrested after showing up at the Indian River County Hospital with a head injury. The 2 other suspects are still on the loose. Despite the chaos, Ellsworth managed to take a picture of the black car they came in. Cops are offering a $100,000 reward for more information in this case. In Palm Bay, Natalie Diaz, WESH 2 News. A father is devastated after his son drowned in the backyard swimming pool. Chase Wilson is the 4th child to be victim to drowning this summer.
They're very emotional right now. They've lost their only child.
Little Chase Wilson was declared dead on Leeward Drive in Volusia County. One of the fire rescuers was a former Beach Patrol member, but he still could not save the child's life. Now, the family that was staying at this residence was with family for financial reasons, and now they're being consoled for their child.
The child was taken to the hospital, and they continue life-saving efforts all the way to the hospital, but unfortunately the child did die from his injuries today. Emotional neighbors and family friends gathered next door, but were too overcome to talk with us. Down the street, Carl Green says this is a lesson learned the hard way.
When my kids come down from visiting from Jersey, I watch them. They know how to swim better than me, but they're not allowed near the pool unless I'm out there.
Detectives say they are still investigating just how this tragedy happened. In Volusia County, Natalie Diaz, WESH 2 News.
And all he was going to do was jump on the guy.
Charles Huggett says Palm Bay officer Bob Rama and a DCF worker were wrong in shooting his dog outside his house.
Escaped through the door past the homeowner and charged the officer.
The officers were doing a child welfare checkup on Laundry Avenue when all of a sudden investigators say Huggett's pit bull named Jules charged at them.
My dog ain't never bit nobody.
Officer Rama shot the pit bull in his leg, but the bullet didn't stop there. It went through the dog, rebounding off the concrete of the house, right where Huggett was trying to get his dog.
And fragments shot me.
The pit bull Jules is still at the animal shelter, but the homeowner just came home with stitches in his arm.
What's wrong for shooting my dog, man? It's like one of my kids.
The dog was in attacking mode, and the officer did what he had to do to defend himself.
The officer is on paid leave while FDLE investigates. In Palm Bay, Natalie Diaz, WESH 2 News.
I'm still in shock. I am still amazed about the whole thing. I just can't believe all of this has happened to me.
Captain David Walters is still in awe over his free home makeover. House for Heroes, a nonprofit organization, helps renovate veterans' houses. Walters is the first veteran to receive this gift of help in Orlando. Walters says if it weren't for House for Heroes, he was going to give up his house to the bank.
My house is 24 years old, and it needed tons of things that I could never afford to do and physically can't do.
It truly is helping hands out here. Whether it's repainting his house or doing the deck, without them, it couldn't be possible. More than 30 volunteers working on do-it-yourself projects came out to make Captain Walters' home a safe haven again. Director Kelly Darr says House for Heroes started in Georgia. Orlando is their second city, but they have some bigger plans.
We are hopefully going to be expanding into every congressional district is our goal.
The only qualification to have House for Heroes renovate your home is that you be a veteran, own your house, and be honorably discharged by the Army. In Orlando, Natalie Diaz, WESH 2 News.